Hello guys, welcome to JazzedTutorials, and today I'm going to be showing you a very cool colorful paper text effect. It's very interesting. We've done paper type text effects in the past, at least one anyway, but this one's more awesome in my opinion, so I thought I would share with you guys. Yeah, so let's get right down to it. You'll notice how I already have a background already made. That I will show you how I got there. So in my new document, I double-clicked the background layer and made it a layer 0. And then when doing so, I added a gradient overlay with these colors. This is a creamy color to a white color. It's this one here in case you want to use that one. But anything with a light color like that is fine. Click OK and then set your style to radial with the white in the center and the cream coming out of it like that. Yeah. Alright, coolness. So now we're going to add our paper texture. I will link below my paper texture in the description box below, but if you have other paper textures you'd like to try out, go for it. That seems cool and fair. Mine is already cut out, and to be nice and fair to you guys, I'll leave this cutout version in the description box below as the texture. So put that there, set that layer to multiply, and then the opacity to 30%. I took that very same layer, I duplicated it again, and this time I've set it to multiply, but I've increased the opacity to 54%, and I took the eraser brush and I erased a bit around it, so you get more ridges and more crackly paper type of effect in the center. So that's the basis of this background. Now let's get to the actual text itself. So I've gone and used my type tool. And you can basically use almost any font you like. I happen to think the Arial fonts and fonts like that work really well with this, so I would go with an Arial black font or something bold like that. So I've typed my text in various colors because, like I said at the beginning, it's a colorful paper text effect, so you want to use different colors. And then what I've done is I warped the texture, as you'll note. And in order to warp your text, you have to rasterize the layer, so go and do that right now. Rasterize that layer. And then you want to do a Control-T and warp it so it's kind of warped and looks cool-ish like mine. Alright, now we have to add some cool layer styles to it and effects. So double-click this layer here. We're going to start at the bottom here. I'm going to go to Outer Glow. We're going to start with a screen blend mode. That should be standard, I believe, but if not, change it. And then over here with our color, we're choosing this lovely bright yellow color here. This actually, I believe, is the same color used in the inner glow settings, but we're changing ours, but that's the same thing. So use that, and your size should say 5 pixels, and that's all we're doing there. Next, we're going to add a pattern overlay. This is also a standard pattern. This comes right here at the end of this particular pattern overlay preset called Gray Gradient, or Gray Granite. If it's not there in your presets, go ahead, load it. You know the drill. Click on that little gear grinder and load it. You're going to set that opacity to 22%. And then next, we're going to add an inner glow settings. We're changing this color here to this lovely grayish, not gray color right there. And we're going to set the blend mode to screen. Opacity is 75%. And we're changing our size to 1 pixels, and the rest can stay the same. Last but not least, we're adding inner shadows. I'm choosing this lovely orangish color here, and I'm setting the opacity to that to 43% with multiply as my blend mode. The distance and size should say 5 and 5, so 5 pixels for your distance and 5 for your size, and the choke should say 0%, and you're good there. Click OK, and you will have lovely effect like that. Nifty. So now we have to go and add more effects on top of this, so we're going to be duplicating this layer a couple more times. So duplicate that layer once more for now, and you can leave the effects on it, that's fine, but you'll note that mine is now a little bit lighter on this layer, and what I've done to this layer is I went to Image and Adjustments, and I just altered the lightness. So on your lightness settings, just go to type in 45 positive, or 45 plus, or just 45, and it goes plus. And you should get a lightness effect of such. So now that we've done that, we now need to duplicate that lightness layer that we just lightened duplicate that layer, leaving everything the way it was originally. And we're going to just move it slightly to the left side. If you want to move it to the right, you can, but I thought the left side looked a bit better in my opinion, so that's where I went with that one. So do that and leave that as such. Okay, now, this is where it's going to get a little bit hard and difficult to do, but I'm going to explain to you. I have grouped each individual letter, and each individual letter is going to be morphed and used in this way. So what I had to do for this particular effect that you just saw, I'm going back to the original text layer, the one that's not lightened, that layer. I've duplicated that lovely layer and individually taken, with my elliptical marquee tool, I went originally to each individual letter and I kind of made a cut. And when I made the cut like that on the original layer, I then did a Control J and copied that exact layer. Now you can do it that way you can go to the original layer and do the Control J copy like that. I just duplicated the layer to make it easier for myself, but again, that might just seem like a lot of work. I don't know. You guys have your opinions and I have mine. So go ahead and make each individual letter you have a copy from the original colored layer. If that makes any bit of sense. I hope it does, because it should. Okay, so I'm going to hide the rest of these. I'm going to just work with one of these and show you guys kind of what I've done. We need to have the effect we have on the other layers there. And so what I've done, oh, I didn't even open my group. Haha, just kidding, guys, just kidding. Okay. So for me, it was a bit difficult. Now you could probably maybe do this all in one layer. I don't know, but I think it looks better if you just do it individually with each letter. So for instance, with the D. So I have the D on one layer. Then what I've done, I went and did a Control T on that layer, and I warped that layer. And using the edges, I would go with each corner. I would not warp it through the center or anything like that. Use the edge tool and just move it like this, bring it forth like that, and kind of give it that curve as if it's like paper being torn apart or torn away. That, in a sense, is what I was going for. So do that for each individual letter that you have for whatever you're using your text for. And you want to warp it using, having it, go upwards, downwards, sideways, whatever. Make each layer different, so you don't have the same kind of like torn paper look. That way you get it looking really cool and nifty and stuff. And there you go. Alright, last but not least, to really make this tutorial nice and really have a good effect, I took the paper texture again and I duplicated it and pasted a bit of it on the top of all of the layers. So that way you really get that nice look like it's real paper kind of effect. So that's the tutorial. That's everything there is involved. You guys may have questions. If you do, you know where to go. Comment down below. If you want to ask me a question in my inbox, you're welcome to do so as well. But again, thank you all for watching, commenting if you did. If you didn't and you have questions, again, please feel free to ask anything. If you have any suggestions for future videos, also comment below or inbox me, whatever your preference is. I do thank you for watching this lovely video. I hope you stuck around for the end because it's an amazing outcome. I will agree, and I hope you will too. So click around my channel for various videos. I do post at least once a week. Also check out my vlog channel. I did start a series called Apptastic. I only have 2 videos so far because I've been really busy lately and haven't gotten around to doing an Apptastic for this week, but check that out. It's really cool. I review random apps and stuff. If you want to view me on social media, all links are below. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys later with a better and awesomer video. Bye!